I sign in, and I'm joined in TeamSpeak by Rammstein. And here we have Saber 6 versus Ewoks. So in the bottom left, we have Saber 6. So we have JQuest on a Raven going Imp, General X going a 3-rocket Frigate, Red Dog going Overlord Plague, Cherry Coke going 4-3 Colossus, THC and Bled, both Leviathans, going Constant.
Yeah, it's gonna be farm intense game with a both double Leviathan.
Interesting. We have Shorty going, that's right, a Leviathan with mutation, Kraken going Imp Raven, Barry going 4-3 Colossus, and Rammstein going 2 missiles on a battle cruiser. Wolf Eyes going Plague, because of course if you're an Overlord you go Plague, you don't do anything else really. And GreaterNinja going 5 Int Carrier versus a Leviathan in his lane Bled. That's not my favorite matchup.
Not really matchup, but so far opening it looks pretty standard for every ship. So far so good. Every team it's like looks like they know what they're doing. Standard opening. Because I believe like some people when they go call and they open just only shields, I believe it's useless.
Oh yeah,
you
absolutely.
You need some missiles.
I mean, it's the 2-shield passive that some people are tempted by. But in terms of just lost DPS, it tends to really be hard to feel like it's worth it. It's good to see that Bled is pushing back Greater now. I think he was just trying to get, his tentacles up before he really started to be more aggressive. But even then, it's like he must have very little faith in Cherry if he's not really just pushing him pretty much all the way back to base. I feel like he could here. It's kind of risky to push that far in when your team is so far back, but when you're against a carrier, you really want to... It's kind of like you want to punish them for being carrier in my mind. You're like, you went carrier, you want to play an in-game ship world, I'm going to make you work for that in-game. I'm going to keep you just completely contained as long as possible.
On the beginning, absolutely it's possible because he can upgrade right away, and tentacles, he got already 4 tentacles versus Greater, and he got where's Greater? Okay, he got 5 ints. So right now the whole team can converge on Bled and can kill him.
And it's like even though Bled is pushing Ninja back, he's still leading the game in farm with 110, going back now with 550. So even though he barely just got out here for a little bit with those 5 ints, it just gobble, delicious farm.
And what's gonna happen on the middle. Ewoks looks more healthier, and the Cherry Coke is already in the fire. So they have to go back because
the plagues are doing work.
Fire. Everybody's saying everybody hates plague so bad.
Ooh, and this is where it gets dicey to push the carrier in so far. Bled now is a little bit cut off.
With the 7 ints. No.
But you only have 2 missiles. I don't think you can really hurt a 5 armor Leviathan that much. I mean, he has to go back, yes, but if he wanted to fight you a little bit, if he had good visual on where the rest of the team is, which he does, he'd be like, I'm going to push back that battle cruiser now that I'm done pushing back this carrier.
He can, of course, he can do it, but some people just don't know when to push, when to back up. This is the biggest problem.
It's very tricky because you don't want to overextend as an early game Leviathan. Like, you're stronger than a carrier, and you're evenly matched a lot of the time at this stage with a battle cruiser. But you can feel like you can push both, depending on the situation, but you still don't want to then draw aggro from the Overlord and Colossus and then suddenly have a dicey scenario. Especially with Cherry so low.
Look, yeah, Cherry, I was like ready to say, look, Cherry is so low and he's burning, he's losing his shield, and they're still charging. It's really interesting.
Yeah, they do not want to sacrifice the farm here. I mean, they almost could, and now at 6-7 minutes now, they They could go back and get just a few upgrades. What do we have? And then we have Spank at 133 and Shorty at 152. Where is Shorty dropping his money? It's strange because Shorty has more money. I guess he's just told... I don't know. It seems like Spank just has more upgrades. I'm trying to figure... Oh, okay, so Shorty got an extra range. That's what I'm like, where did this extra money go? And it went into range, I guess.
Here we go. I can say Bleed, from my opinion, he's overcommitted himself. So he's a good player, but most of the time he's overly committed. He's got some farm, so Greater and him, they got both same farm, which is good. I'm low on farm. Like, yeah, I'm the lowest. The BC got the lowest farm from everybody else.
Will that just always be the case anymore?
Same with the Raven. So basically, when you play in BC, you playing like a support. You're not farming a lot. And here we go. Better just stop. Come on, keep moving, keep moving, keep moving.
Well, if you're gonna stall somewhere, the cloud is not the worst place to stall. I mean, it's a lot better than stalling in the complete open.
But stalling in the middle of the map, it's not a good idea anyway. During the game, like even in-house.
Stalling during a push is also just quite bad. But, you know, he had enough room that it wasn't an issue. He's fine.
So far, so good. 9 minutes. The farm looks close, real close to each other.
Yeah. General has Ion instead of Fusion. We got Lance and Cherry. JQuest.
For my opinion, in this game, they're always gonna do the game. On my perspective, Ovi or Nicolo Cater maybe gonna do the change in this game because both Ovi are good, real good players. The Red Dog, it's a real nice player on the Ovi. Schling, it's it's not a Schling. My bad. I'm sorry, guys. Wolfeye on the Ovi.
Now, I know you're underfed here, but you are going just pretty much missiles here. You haven't picked up anything at all.
No, it's range in the missiles, nothing else, because we need the push on the middle.
Yeah. And you're only at you went back with 100 farms, so it's not like you had a lot of money to beat around the bush in terms of what you're getting. It's either going to be missiles or a spell, not both.
Yeah, I wish I can afford, but yeah, I get you know what I get? It was Biosteel.
Yeah, Biosteel is very important, especially with that Overlord dropping plagues all the time.
So yeah, I was trying to make eat some plagues. This is my whole idea for now. It's eat some plagues because the Kolo cannot take some plagues because he's gonna lose his shields and he become useless. So yeah, we got advantage on the plagues because I can regen and Shorty can regen. And here we go.
Now, do you feel like the end game here favors the CL versus the LL?
I'd say yeah, CL is better versus LL. And Ion. Okay, he's got Ion. It's a real good one. He upgrade his Ion. And Ewoks get pushed. Greater, he's got farm. Okay, Cater got the farm advantage.
He does not have the constant warp speed, but he does have warp in and plasma surge, so he can just spam these level 10 interceptors all day and just keep rehealing them and rewarping them in, and just farm. Be the hungry little carrier.
This is the whole idea for Cater. Get so much farm, and then it's like just impossible. You can do nothing about it. And what we got? Tempest. We're gonna protect the Tempest.
It's hard though because Shorty is taking took a fair amount of damage there. I mean, everyone is a little bit low along the top here. Sherry really wants a piece of those Tempests, but he also doesn't want to eat plagues for days.
But look, on General X damaged, Cherry Coke damaged, JQuest
Yeah, now
leg
this is
and
the point where you
damaged.
really got to be watching out for a warp trick. They do have the Raven. Guess I need to check my upgrades tab.
Yes, they both got Ravens, and both of them. I'd say by now they both should have a radar. It's two teams, so it's
Yeah,
not
he
like a.
does. JQuest certainly does.
Of course, both Ravens I'd say got the radars because 15 minutes mark. It's a good mark to get the warp trick action going on.
Yep, everyone has a radar at this point.
Yeah,
You're not
General
gonna
X,
get warp trick
but
very easily.
yeah. Anyway, General X, it's burning. JQuest is damaged. Frigate's damaged.
And Ninja's
Oh,
sitting here just waiting for a good chance to vortex. He's like, I'm gonna just isolate someone on this back and punish them for staying and farming so long. But he's not quite in position to do it.
yeah. Like I don't have a torp. I mean nuke, my bad. But I already get the lockdown, so
I
right
mean,
now it's gonna be more.
with Cherry so low, you don't need a nuke. You just need positioning.
But everybody trying to get the decks with a nuke or torp.
No, it helps, but it's not essential if the enemy team is already damaged from the push, right? I mean,
Of
General
course,
X
yeah.
and Cherry took so much damage just coming out that if you vortex someone, they couldn't defend position very easily, at least.
And what 200 farm difference, and I don't know. I never saw how it happened, but I believe on the push we was equal farm. Like 2 minutes ago we was equal on farm, and right now 200 farm difference already. And GreaterNinja warping out.
Yeah, he's probably gonna go pick up his fast warp, would be my guess.
Oh, well, we can afford everything.
Yeah.
And he got Tempest. Here we go. He got the Tempest. So yeah, right now it's gonna be Tempest range fight.
Now, I mean, the Tempest shouldn't be too strong versus Cherry Coke, so long as Cherry Coke can tank those Tempest shots, it should be
Yeah,
fine.
the Tempest shouts it's 3. It's only level 3. So right now it's not a humongous damage from a Tempest, but they're gonna keep him on the distance because we got BC and Colo to take a damage for the Tempest, and they're gonna do some damage, not like a lot, but they're gonna contain the whole team.
Rip Tempests.
They're gone.
But he's gonna be able to spawn him in again already? Yeah. Is he going
Greater.
to?
Let's see. Greater can afford.
Yeah, there they are.
Like, yep.
You knew they were coming.
Oh, here we go. Look, that's one. This is my favorite. 7 Tempest right away on the same.
Oh, they're coming in. The Golden Armada has arrived. In this case, more the Golden Blue Armada, but whatever, who's counting?
Yeah, right now in the perfect day in the cloud. If somebody gonna charge, it's like not that you're not gonna die, but you're gonna take so much damage.
Ooh, Blood is really interesting
Blood
positioning there, but he doesn't get too close to the point where he actually draws aggro.
But let's see on the Tempest. Here we go. The Tempest turned on him, and yeah, he's dying pretty fast. He's taking some damage, and the Barry takes the whole damage, so the Tempest still stay alive.
Yep. That was 7,000 damage just going in and out like that.
Yeah, like I said, it not looks like a lot, but they're doing some damage.
I mean, if you can keep them alive, especially if you're not, like having to use abilities to keep them alive, you're not dumping PDDs or anything. You're just playing normally, but positioning yourself so that you're in front of them. Yeah, that's very effective.
It's real effective, and look on the farm wise, it's a 500 difference already by using the Tempest.
Yep, with the shield recharge on them.
Here we go. Looks like White got the Denial, Siphon, and Plague.
Which means Greater also, yeah, I mean, he has the Warpin and the Plasma Surge, and I'm like, when you have the Warpin and the Plasma Surge, it can be very tempting for me to pick up, Scouts at that point. But it seems like Scouts are not hugely popular, at least not as popular as I would think they would be. Like, even just level 0, just, it's 4 more ships that you get a free Warpin every time you warp in.
Oh, I'm sometimes doing it like you're saying, but I'm upgrading to level 3, so they're taking the damage when the Ind's doing. I mean, when the Ind's doing the damage. So basically, it's like a mid shield for me. So yeah, once I'm using. But maybe Greater have idea to go all on temps, like go on the range and upgrade them heavily, get the heavy temps.
Looks like he is primarily focusing on ints still. I think that his thought might be that he's gonna have some end attempts to keep the push up, but focus on the ints to maybe pick off the Raven.
And for me, any ships would have to maintain like 2-shot or maybe 3-shot farm. Greater right now on 5-shot lasers, 5+. So I know it's a carrier and he can deal with the farm, but for me, I'm always prefer to get like at least 3-shot farm, even on a carrier.
Yeah, I mean, it depends partly for me on the Overlord. Basically, you want to pick up the 3-shot farm, in my mind, when they get Swarm Command, because that's the point where you're going to be drawing more aggro from Mutas and Corruptors. But until then, if the Overlord doesn't get Swarm Host, and he hasn't done that here, it feels like just a waste of money. I mean, you're going to be using your lasers so infrequently that it really does not pay for itself very well at all.
Maybe, but when you get run down by farm, it's...
Yeah, but that's not happening right now. I mean, he has to... I mean, he's working against Leviathan that he doesn't want to get too close to. Doesn't want to get within the point where he's going to get aggroed and focused on that, by that Leviathan.
Yes. Okay, Greater upgraded his Tempest to level 8. And here we go, it's a Warp Trick.
Ooh, it's a Rammstein that's going to take some damage, but looks like they...
I denied him right away, so he cannot do the Torp. And here we go, we got...
Barry's going to take some aggro. He's going to say, hey, everyone, look at me, I'm big and fat. Don't you want to shoot your missiles at me?
And the blade is taking so much damage. It was good Warp Trick, but I guess the lockdown changed them. Torp.
Yeah, once
he
they
don't
lose
have
that
a torp.
torp.
He don't have an initial torp. It's funny. And Red Dog.
He still lost the ion.
Trouble, and he got ins launched on him. 1200,
Whoa,
2200,
Red
17,
Dog,
14.
are you going down?
1100, 300, and...
Oh.
So
JQuest does not have defensive matrix to deal with ints.
But who can imagine? Like you said, you mentioned it, the greater going ins. So maybe
yeah, I mean that's really like how do you win as carrier? You have to kill the support. How do you kill the support? You got to get basically unkillable ints that just sit on them and just pew pew laser them until they die.
And again, it's a double spawn of Tempest. Each Tempest doing like 300 damage. So it's a lot of damage right now.
I mean, I can see the reasoning. Like, you want to get that blackout, and you gotta get imps. So it's not like I disagree with either of JQuest's spells. It's not like he's floating tons of farm or wasting his money. It's just a matter of, boy, it sure would have been nice to have a defensive matrix right there.
It's nice, but...
Oh,
okay.
Bled just drops. He went in when JQuest was on the other side of the map. There was no indication he was going to be dropping a blackout or anything. I don't...
Do you remember, like I said, Blade, for some reason he overcommits, and he's the perfect moment, like... He is just overcommit himself. I know it's a levy, I know he got so much armor, he got so much health, but on almost 30 minutes mark, yeah, the damage going up a lot.
Oh, this is all but over now. Yeah, how can they come out of this? What hope is there?
Mm,
Blackout?
na- yeah, but two. They got
But where's the damage on the blackout? Just the frigate. That's all their damage.
and here we go. Look, no, they cannot even come out. The Tempest doing okay. The level 12 already. They're doing some damage. Not like insane a lot of damage, but and Cherry Coke is
Oh, where's
dying,
blackout?
dying.
Yeah, you got a
The
blackout there.
blackout.
Oh, but
No,
he just goes down anyway. There's
but
just so much stuff everywhere at this point. Now that everyone else
but
in
the
this team
OV
is dead.
don't care about the blackout.
Oh,
And it's GG.
yeah, and that's
People
GG.
live.
Yeah, that's
Yep.
just the slow push. You know, it's like where in there would they have denied Greater even stronger than they were? You know, somehow in those just very beginning, in those first like 5 minutes, he got this burst of 110 farm, and then he came back out with Warpin, and it's like, yeah, he's just gonna spam ints all day, and if you don't get a good push and get a contain to punish the carrier for or punish the team for having a carrier, it really turns nasty.
If you look on this uh, previous games, lots of it's always levy on the camp, always like 1 or 2 levies on the camp. So Cater, it's actually good call because the levy cannot do too much versus Cater.
Yeah, I mean,
Like,
it feels like it should because the carrier doesn't do anything directly to the levy for most of the game, right? The
but
ints,
we're talking about range versus melee, and you can be so cool, so tanky, so nice in the melee, but you cannot get close to him.
Yep. All right, well, GG again.